As its core, general equilibrium in mathematical economics is about rebalance. It's a theoretical state where all markets in an economy are simultaneously in equilibrium. If you want to know more, just keep watching the video and we are going to talk about it. Imagining a world where every individual, every company, and every market comes together in perfect harmony, where no resource is wasted, no price is wrong, and everyone needs and wants are precisely balanced. This is the world of general equilibrium, and today we are going to explore it in the mathematical sense. As its core, general equilibrium in mathematical economics is about rebalance. It's a theoretical state where all markets in an economy are simultaneously in equilibrium. That means supply equals demand everywhere, and every agent in the economy is optimizing their decisions, be it what to produce, what to consume, or what to trade. This concept was formalized by the French economist Léon Walras in the 19th century, and he asked, what conditions are necessary for all markets to clear at the same time? And the answer lies in mathematics. So let's break it down. In general equilibrium, we have three main components: consumers who maximize utility given their income and price, firms which maximize profits by producing goods given their costs, and the markets where prices adjust to ensure that supply matches demand. Mathematically speaking, these interactions are captured by systems of equations and inequalities. For example, if Xi is the consumption of the good I and Pi is its price, the equilibrium ensures that the total demand for the good I equals the total supply for good I for all goods I that exist in the economy. Let's look at a simple example, a two goods economy. So imagine a farmer who grows apples and a baker who makes bread. The farmer wants some bread and is willing to trade apples for it, and the baker wants apples and offers bread in return. The price of apples and bread adjust until both parties are satisfied with their trades. This point where their supply equals their demand is the general equilibrium. Now, if we scale this up to an entire economy with thousands of goods and millions of consumers and firms, general equilibrium seeks to answer questions like how do price adjust when new technology changes production, and what happens to the economy when consumer preference shifts. The solutions to these questions lie in systems of equations, often solved using advanced computational tools. One famous model is the Arrow-Debreu framework, which defines conditions for general equilibrium. General equilibrium theory has profound implications. It tells us under what conditions a market economy can efficiently allocate resources. But it's not without critics. Real-world markets fail to meet the assumptions of the theory: perfect information, rational agents, and complete markets. That's where modern economics steps in, exploring extensions and the alternatives to general equilibrium. General equilibrium is more than a mathematical model. It's kind of a lens through which we can understand better complexity of the markets. It's a theory that considers balance, cooperation, and optimization, even if the real world often falls short. So now that we know what is general equilibrium, let's code in Python our example of an economy with the two goods, apples and bread, and the two agents, the baker and the farmer. Before we go to the code, we can look into this small plan for the implementation. There are some steps that we can look for in order to organize the implementation. So the first step will be to import the libraries that we are going to use. Next, we are going to define the utility function for the agents of our example that are the farmer and the baker. And for simplicity, we are going to consider a Cobb-Douglas utility function for both the agents. Next, we can define the supply function. In our case here, we are going to consider endowment of the goods in the economy. So quantities of the goods, apples and bread. But in a more complex economy, it could be defined by some function represent profit or costs. If you think about minimization of costs, you can think it as functions representing costs that firms will be minimized. Next, we can define the demand functions that are the functions that will maximize the utility function for the agent considering his incomes. Next, we can define so in our case, the demand functions are representing the maximization of the utility functions of the farmer and the baker, the agents in our economy. So next, that now that you defined the supply function, the utility function, and the demand functions, we can finally define the market clearing function that is the function that will equals supply and demand for all the goods in the economy that in our case are two goods, apples and bread. So this function will equals the quantity of apples available in the economy to, in the viewpoint of demand, be the same of the quantity of apples by the supply side, and the same for bread. And finally, with all these functions, we can numerically solve the market clearing function to find actually the market clearing equations, because we have we need to market clear each of the goods. So we have one market clearing equation for apples that will equals demand and supply for apples, and one equation for bread that will equals demand and supply of bread. And more complex economies with, I don't know, any number of goods, for example 10 goods, you will have 10 market clearing equations in the same way that I explained for our example here of apples and bread. So coming back to the last step, we will numerically solve the market clearing equations in order to find the equilibrium price that in our case will be the equilibrium price for apples and the equilibrium price for bread. So now let's go to the code. So the first step, we designed the previous part of this video was to import the libraries that we are going to use, and in this case we are going to use NumPy to deal with the arrays, and the method fsolve from optimize from SciPy to numerically solve for to find the equilibrium price of the goods of our economy, that remember will be apples and bread. So after importing the libraries, now we are going to define the utility functions for the two consumers of our economy that we already know that are the farmer and the baker. And as we talked previously in this video, we are going to assume here a Cobb-Douglas utility function for both of the agents. But you could use any other utility function that you want. So now we are going to follow in our plan from the previous part of this video, and now we are going to define the supply functions that in our case here we are going only to use fixed endowments of the goods apples and bread. But if in a more complex economy we could have companies, and as we have utility functions representing the consumers in a more complex economy, we could have functions representing the profits of the companies. So now let's move on to the next step, that will be to define the demand functions, that is the function that the consumers, the farmer and the baker want to maximize. So they want to maximize their utility functions with the income that they have. Remember that in this example we are simplifying things here, and it's just for effects of illustrating the concept of general equilibrium, but of course that in real economies you have much more complex definitions of everything from the utility functions and for the demand function, and as I said before about the companies, if we had companies in our economies, we would have complex supply functions. So now that we defined our demand function for the farmer, let's move on and define the demand function for the other consumer, the baker. And now let's move on and define the market clearing function, that is the function that will clean the goods, makes the supply equals the demand for each one of the goods in our economy, that is bread and the apples. So now we have everything defined. We need to start with the initial price. You could consider that in a real economy, this price could be the the prices of the economy, the configuration of the prices of the economy in this moment, for example. So it could be the starter point. So we define it here as initial point. I mean the initial prices of apples and bread as 1 and 3, and you could think as $1 and $3. So now let's move on and call the fsolve method from SciPy, from it optimized from SciPy to solve the general equilibrium and finding the price of the equilibrium state of the economy. So we stored these prices in this variable equilibrium price, and now let's print the equilibrium price. So we have for apples 99 cents, as if you are thinking about monetary unit here, 99 cents of the unit you are thinking. And if you are thinking about dollars, the bread is the equilibrium price for bread in this economy. In this configuration that we defined here is $4.73. And now let's visualize the quantities of equilibrium for the two goods. And let's print the quantities of equilibrium. So we have these quantities. So the demand from the farmer for apples is 50 units. The demand for the farmer of bread is 10 units if we consider as units, and so on. We have the demand from the point of view of the baker for apples, and finally the quantity of equilibrium representing the demand for bread from the point of view of the baker, that is 30. And remember again, this is just an example. It could become very, very complex in a real economy with several agents, several consumers, and several producers. So several goods. But from here, you can think about more general and more complex examples. That's all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can know when I upload the next videos. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.